Woohoo! Can't believe it's part 9 already. Took a little bit longer. I think we had the wrong version of the instructions for a bit. It was very similar, a few little steps that might have saved me some time. Then we had a few speed bumps that I think were just not our fault along the way. But so where we left off is I was adding the advanced filtration because we're getting to the part where we're kind of doing our final cable management and we're buttoning up all the sheet metal. So I remembered, thankfully, because I left it out, we had the advanced filtration system. There's basically, like most case fans, if you're used to computer builds or anything else, a lot of times the screws thread right into the plastic on the ears of the case fan. So similar scenario here, and we had these really short screws, which were I think 4 millimeter M5 by 3 millimeter screws or 4 millimeter screws. Let me look. Just for the record. Anyway, I think they're M5 by 4 millimeter. One of them went, we have these 2 ears here to secure the fan to the housing. One of them cut in a couple turns, and when I looked on the inside, I could see the screw flush with kind of the plastic. So at least it got enough that I felt like it was incorrectly. I took it all out. I made sure the foam wasn't stuck. The wires weren't, the cable wasn't bunched up between the housing and the fan. But long story short is, all things considered, the box just had a little bit of, weld or solder, whatever they had in there to kind of manufacture this. And I think kind of stamping the Prusa in there and some other things, just kind of, all things considered, it didn't fit quite flush enough for me to get the other screw, and that was provided. So one thing I did, and it was just a kit I had here, but it was from Amazon, and it was just a M5 screw kit, and I happened to have the exact head. So it was literally like the exact same stock, same finish, same everything. So lucked out, so the finish looks natural that way, but I ended up using an M5 screw that was a 6 millimeter long. So those extra 2 millimeters gave me just enough, teeth or threads to bite into the plastic and get it secure. So after that, you just put in 4 screws and you leave them loose, and this is slotted. So it just goes on and then you slide it down to lock it and then tighten the screws. Cable management's pretty easy. One cable goes in, we run it through into the buddy box and then into the, I think the third connector here from the far edge where it plugs into. And there is a supplemental, Prusa instruction guide on doing all that. So not super complicated. I might put one quick zip tie in here. I know there's more over here somewhere. Just because we added that advanced filtration, as Prusa calls it, cable. So give it a little bit of cable management. We're not going to do anything too fancy. And kind of fold it up, ball it up. And will actually kind of work in our favor anyway, because there's some sheet metal screws I know need to go in here right underneath us, these bunches of wires. And the goal is to kind of keep all these cables out of the way so that you can hit those holes once everything's kind of put together. So I'm trying to kind of rebunch it up how it was here. Of course, everything's extra long than it needs to be, but I guess it's better than being too short, right? Can only complain about one thing at a time. Let's see. Try and do it so you have a view, but I also have to be able to see what I'm doing here. So we're going to have a power struggle at some point. I still got to get it put together. printing a few things in the background here, and I can hear them. Never know if it's really my spool and my AMS rolling and making clicking sounds, or if something is bumping at a print that's not supposed to be, or what's going on. Printing some kind of weird parts. I don't know if anybody's seen Fallout, but I'm printing some parts and pieces that somebody else made from the Fallout movie, which I think is pretty cool. Based on a video game, kind of post-apocalyptic stuff. All right. So, I mean, more or less, that's what we got there. Was it perfect? Probably not. But I think we did a pretty good job. These wires here still probably need to go higher, but I don't know how much higher I can really get them, to be honest. I think they're going to be sufficient. So, all right, where are we at? I think we got these screws staged already. 2, 4, 6, 8, and next. I'd say their cable management is slightly prettier than mine. Not a lot. Okay, so the flat part. Oh my gosh. Did I not turn on? What do you bet? I bet it's operator error. Let's see. Maybe? 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 I believe it was on, so we're back to me one brief moment. Oh, one of them came back on here. So we're just going to power through it. So this bottom piece, the 90-degree angle piece, the L piece here, is going to slide straight in. Move that cable a little bit. Try not to pinch anything here. Move it or lose it. Got one thing hanging up. So my big flat ribbon cable, I don't know what the kids are calling them these days, but like those IDE cable or data cable is kind of wanting to get in the way. Cool, there we go, I think it's good enough. Go ahead and put these screws in. It's gonna bother me now that our top-down camera's off. I don't know that we'll really need it anymore, but things are supposed to work. Things are supposed to work that are supposed to work. So I'm excited for this build. I mean, I'm gonna have my final impressions once we do some printing. I did spend last night researching the case fans or the exhaust fans that come out of the main enclosure here and now into my advanced filtration, but that would normally just be vented out into the, ambient air. It seems like, kind of hitting ChatGPT and just kind of looking at the Prusa forums and things. I'm not the first problem to have clearance issues or concerns with the XY belts on the top coming in contact with both those fan grill guards, and there's a zip tie that holds that thermistor in. There's been, it looks like, a range of solutions. Sometimes it's just really close, and that's okay as long as it's not touching. Sometimes people have printed thinner. They've printed thinner grill guards. My solution might be to leave it off, but I know that thermistor kind of needs to be secured, which I'm sure we can figure out. There's also been people that have done different things with zip ties, flatten out the zip ties. Seems to be a real common one, is a zip tie that holds that thermistor to the grill. Is kind of an issue. So we might, I don't know, we might make a little clip on that, on what kind of solution we find. But yeah, honestly, it shouldn't be that big of a concern. There should be enough clearance, you know, not to be totally critical here, but I mean, we have to start getting creative, the community, and printing thinner parts and that. I mean, it's all cool when it's like, you know, a total DIY build, but I mean, it kind of isn't, right? This is like, we do it to save costs, and really it's still super expensive, as much as a bamboo. And so it's like, I don't know, the fit and finish on that, it's a little bit annoying, if I'm being honest. Like, I sit there and stared at that and wasted a lot of time, you know, on live and trying to get this project done so I can, you know, get the next ones going. Can't remember what shoulder, but you know, got some Form Labs just staring at us, sitting there like, when's it our turn, you know? So this is kind of a experience build, if you will. I'm building it, well, because I do have a soft spot for Prusa. I do appreciate their historical products, and at least their OG stuff. But, you know, I just want to experience their new thing. This is the first time they've had kind of a solid chamber that I don't feel was an add-on like the XL. That's, you know, at least on the consumer side, and something that's more of a flagship product for them. So I'm not saying this is the first enclosure they've had, but it's the first one I feel that is going to be, it's a different style of build, right? So I haven't got to sample this or experience this style from Prusa yet. So I'm excited. I want to give them a chance. Got my little grievances, but ultimately we care about how it prints, right? So we've got to get it together for that to happen. So, but yeah, I mean, I want to see how it prints and all that, but I'm really excited to get into the Form Labs because it's a little less, have a little less experience, or a lot less personal experience with the resin side of things. This is of course a resin printer, but also because I have some big project that we've been trying to do in one of my other resin printers, and this is just going to be hopefully just blow the other resin printer out of the water. So we got some pretty expensive materials and stuff on the way, and mostly gonna try some mold making with it and try to knock out some cool stuff. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, we got the bump in our lips here on the tangent, but I think all the screws are in there. Okay, and then there's another piece I need to locate. Oh, it's right here. It's hiding in some foam. Like my wheelie chair, huh? Talk about a scene transition. Okay, so we got this other little, whatever we want to call it, sheet metal cover. And this is the one where we have these two screws that are going to have to go into the back here. There is a little notch right here in the back for the advanced filtration nozzle, or cable, nozzle, brain's fried. So that's kind of what that's for that to go through there. And then now the goal is we got to get all this stuff. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So the screws, these two screws are going to be from the inside out. At least that's the plan, Stan. There's a spider crawling all over one of my charging cables here. Not really a big deal. Not like afraid of spiders, but you know, the guy's like super creepy looking and he's all over the place. So I'm like, we cool, we cool, we cool. All the same, I don't want to like a huge surprise, you know what I mean? The trick is, can I get these screws started? I feel like, man, we gotta be close. Come on, girl. Let's see. There's most of the wires kind of sitting almost like a tray, so you know what? I wonder if screwing me up actually. I think it's the camera cable. There is a slot for that. I feel that. Man, feel like that's a little tight on the camera cable. I don't think it's really hurting the cable, but I think it's, I left some slack here. I think it's just getting in our, pulling enough tension. I'm not able to get this where its home is. Yeah, did a better job the first time. There we go. Didn't have as much resistance the first time. The cable's in this right spot. Holy moly, come on. I feel like it doesn't even go in there now. You go over there. You go over there. Man. Okay, I feel like that's okay now. There's no way that's right. I'm trying to make sure. There. So I think it's that camera cable holding this up. Okay, we got one started. Believe that. I don't think we have too much left here. There we go, both of them are going. We got the plexiglass kind of stuff. And all right, that's not too bad. Got it, got it. Thought I felt my phone beep, but it didn't. All right, right side sheet metal, we need any cardboard box. M3 8RT. Ten, 4, 8. And we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5. Puck. Out of the printed parts package. Hopefully we don't have to say that too many more times. Printed parts package. There you go. Little puck. Sorry, I really wish the top-down camera worked, but it's a Sony, and you know how Sony is. They just, we have all the cheap stuff around here. Only the cheap stuff around here. It's kind of weird that one. Try one more time for. Come on. Maybe? Nada? Nada? Guess not. We tried. I don't know what its problem is. It's kind of crazy. And what's really weird is it. Hold on. I'll be right back. Try one some. we're back. See, my hundreds of fans didn't go anywhere. All right, let's see. Not throw away small parts inside. So we got this big thing, and we're looking for the one that had the holes in the middle. If you can see the holes in the middle, There we go. So we're doing that, and we need a Prusa box, an empty box. Don't know if you noticed, but there's a skeleton behind me. One of my boys really likes skeletons, and this one broke, so we have Halloween every day at our house. All right. Let's see, we got the puck and we got our screws. What's next? I don't know what it's going to have me do here yet, but crash, bang. All right. Just put the puck on the box, put it that way. Aha. That wasn't probably necessary, but let's see. Puck on the box like that. And we want the 4 holes. Okay. Let's see, make sure I got what I need. About to cover half of it here. Oh my gosh, my box is too big. What do you know? So anyway, that's the way to hold it so you can be hands-free, but we're just not going to worry about that. We're too cool for that. We don't need all that nonsense, right? That's why stuff always works out for us when we build stuff. We do it our own way because we know better. I have other boxes, but they're either broken down or I got, the filament boxes are what you're supposed to use, which can't really lie. Everybody here knows I got some behind me, so. But, Oh, I see. These aren't threaded again, so, guess that's probably part of the reason for that design. To cut threads into the printed part. Let's see, let's switch hands, I think. Screws may feel resistance. Because, well, they are not pre-cut. We should be able to get it going though, I think. I do see why they have you do that though, it would be a lot more handy. But we're getting by just fine. Except my screwdriver's magnetic and it's not exactly doing what I want it to do here. The provided drive. There we go. Like, holy cow, did I get that far off? Got everything's magnetic sticking to me here. So I'm just supporting the puck from the bottom. Third one in here. Still going to support it because, to be fair, might be better than the box. So you have to push pretty hard to get them started. especially getting them started square. Man, are we getting close to being done? I know that. I dropped one screw on the floor. So I'm hoping we're getting towards the end of this marathon of builds here. Gotta be pretty close. Whew. Trying to snug up the rest of the screws here. Okay, we're pretty good about that. We got magnets stuck to about everything we own. Some things we don't. Okay, flip it over. End up with this puck, which is off center by design. All right, now printed parts package. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're working towards, let's see, what is this? Side handle. Looks like there's 2 of them. F1. I believe they're the same. Running out of space here anyway. And falling off my stool. All right. Yep, got 2 handles. Maybe there's 2 things, we'll find out. So we need a Colette PTFE tube. So we do have 1 box still sitting here. Nothing too fancy. Let's see. Hey, we got rid of another box. See you later, sucker. All right, we got 1 more little bit. So we need this PTFE tube. And what else? Is that it? I guess. Colette, which I know is here somewhere. I'll put that in there. Colette, and we need 11 nylon rivets. Colette, 11 nylon rivets. Jump here. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've actually got some over here too. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Trying to reuse, I had some of those old ones I had to pull off of something. So I'm kind of trying to reuse those a little bit. Just to use them up, I don't want to be short. The panel I originally pulled them out of that I had to redo, this was really tight tolerances. And so I found throughout the build, I've been able to kind of use those used ones that were slightly distressed from the first use in other parts. So, all right, and then I need 2 M38RT, and those need to be, what size are these? Hey, look at that, we got it, 2. We need 2. All right, got everything required. Okay, I'm gonna put the little collet. It's gonna go in this funky sideways hole in this orange part from the printed part package. So it's just push it in with your finger. Doesn't really feel like that's an option. Like, I'm gonna try the other one just for giggles. Oh yeah, that one slid right in. I think maybe it's a little bit better part. We got lucky. Okay. Push it all the way in. Yeah, I was trying to like deform basically as it went crazy. Okay. Place the right, now I got all my stuff in here. Place the right side sheet metal assembly into the side. This is interesting. I haven't really studied this Prusa, just kind of like, it's like, let's try it. Okay, I need to make sure I put this in the right side. So that's the back side. I think we're going to spin this around since you guys only have one camera view to enjoy. Since our Sony's cheap camera. All right, so let me orient myself here. That's the back. So I think we want to go in, yep. So we want to go in like this, like that. Yep. Hold on while I sort this. There, we've got some kids in the background. So let's see, do our handle. Add this on now. Okay. And we're going to use our 8 RT screws, so like from the bottom up. Maybe. All right. Gonna get my screws kind of started here. So we can. All right. Kids are playing games, so they had to not yell and fight over there. All right, what am I missing here? Oh, I see. Okay, so then our filament sensor is what's gonna hopefully attach here. So let me see if I can get this squared away here. Trying to visualize where these screws go here. It's a pretty interesting way to put these in, I'll tell you that. Not sure if I'm doing something good or bad or indifferent here. I don't know how much I like this whole situation. I don't know if the screws are in. There's not enough room for me to really validate. Okay. That one's snug, I guess, so we know that one's in. Okay. All right, so we got the screws put in. Okay. Now, unless I'm missing something, what is in the way here? Nothing. Something. Ooh, there we go. So we got a side on. We'll come through. We're gonna put in all of these nylon. Is that right? Yeah, is that right? Okay. It's kind of some split sheet metal here, so I'm trying to make sure I get it all going. Put in all these nylon rivets. Oh my gosh. All right. Gotta get it. There we go. Wasn't even close to being lined up, which helps. A lot of these don't naturally sit where they're supposed to, so you have to, you know, hold them up at least to get them going. So I think one of those rivets that, yeah, that were reused, and they are reusable. They're just not, they don't slide in like butter like the other ones do, like the new ones, or the once used ones. Oh my gosh. Bang. I will say though, they probably hold better, the ones that have been in before, because they're a little more flared out where the rivet pushes through them. Nice. So just about got the hole. I don't have a rivet for that one, I guess. Just about have the whole thing done here on the, I guess it would be the right side. I need more rivets. I need more rivets. I have a partial rivet. Oh, here's one. All right. This must be our spool holder, huh? Must be what this thing on the side is. We got our PTFE tube. Gotta get my acronyms right. Coming down into here, and their sensors right there. So basically what we just constructed. Oh my gosh, it's getting heavier. This is this whole situation. So we have, I think this will be our spool holder, I'm assuming. Which is kind of nice actually to keep it inside, right? Not have it sticking out like a sore thumb. And then we have, this is our handle, but also which is pretty innovative, our filament will feed into here, and our filament sensors basically screwed to the back side of this handle. There's our filament sensor running up, so doing pretty good. All right, had a little splash of coffee. Now you know what time it is. Time to get some wings. Sweet. Just need Red Bull to send me a whole Red Bull fridge and a whole neon sign. All right. Maybe a helicopter, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Something innovative. Be a whole tool chest. All right, let's see. Done with that. saying to push the, oh, you know what? I almost forgot about that. We have a little PTFE tube that we had in a collet there. So we're supposed to push it all the way up in the hole. Push it all the way in, it says. So we're gonna, that's as far as it goes. So I guess that's all the way in. Part of it, it says push it all the way in, and there's like a footnote. It's like part of it will remain sticking out. So okay, we're good. So that helps convey the filament through the handle into the filament sensor. Not a mathematician, but pretty sure. All right, one more piece of sheet metal. Lisa's. And what do you know? Looks like a top hat. So I'm betting this is the other side. Then we have this fancy orange thing, which is good to see they got a splash of color in here. You know, so no top hat. See, this one has no screw holes. So, oops, see if we can scratch it up. But we do have another handle. And I'm betting, same thing but shorter screws. M3 5RT, yep. Well, that's funny. So I guess it's reversible, right? I mean, well, I guess it's not reversible. Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if you could like move the filament tube to the other side, or the spool holder to the other side. I guess you really would have to move everything and it probably wouldn't fit. Nice idea though, right? Nice try. Okay, we need 11 rivets. We won't even worry about pulling those out. We're just gonna get our M3 5RT screws. I can deal with the other stuff. M3 5RT. This is a bag that hasn't been opened, which is funny. Okay. And let's get this handle put together. The nylon nuts I know we can manage later. This sheet metal has threaded parts in the aluminum, or whatever this is. It's probably, I guess, probably steel, to be honest. Galvanized something or other, powder coated something or other. Okay. Good enough. We got our handle on. Ta-da! And what do you bet it goes on the other side with 11 nylon nuts? So, let's see. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I could, here. I think I can do it. I'll let you watch. I think with our limited abilities here today. Okay. And shouldn't be too complicated, right? Handle goes up. Oh, you know what? One thing we need to do, I'm already seeing, is we need to tidy up these wires right here, because I didn't do it because of the USB camera situation, but I want all that out of the way of the bearings and such. Okay. Yeah, we got our buddy cam in there, so we should be all set. Try not to clip any wires while I do this here. Okay, should be good. Good enough. All right, back to our handles. So, if our calculations are correct, that'll go just like that. And a couple rivets in. One. I think we're out of the woods now because I think all of our rivets are new rivets. So they should pop right in. No problemo. First one, yeah, it's coming along. Solved a few issues late last night. So I got to do the fan issue, but there's a few solutions to that. So I have some belts that aren't really clearing. And I was using ChatGPT and looking on Prusa's help forums last night after the stream in bed, and there's a lot of people that struggle with that clearance. It's just, I don't think it's anything anybody's doing wrong, but it's kind of a thing Prusa didn't get squared away all the way. So we'll fix that. But we got our advanced filtration on, which was kind of interesting because there was some screws that weren't long enough there too, so we adjusted one screw from a 4mm to a 6mm screw. And now we got it all dialed in there, so that's good. And then one thing to note too, when we put our advanced filtration on our Prusa Core 1 Plus, we'll have to go into the settings through the LCD screen, which hopefully we'll put on here in a minute. Once it's all powered up, and you have to enable the advanced filtration because it's disabled by default because not all of them have it. Ours, of course, we did all the add-ons we could. We got advanced filtration, and we did the buddy cam. Buddy cam should be included, but it's not. So we bought it as part of the kit. And now we have all of our rivets. So there's that. Our cheap Sony cameras are not working again. So the chat decided we're upgrading to Canon. But the good news is sometime soon we'll have some Canon cameras that work and quit shorting out all the time. That'll be really exciting. Come on, stream. Come back. Come back. Come back to us. I know it's off. I know it was intentional. I was trying to get one of the cameras to work that refuses to work. Our cheap cameras, we're gonna have to upgrade to Canon, dude. They don't work. They're broken. Cheap pieces of junk. All right. So we are on to the next step. Gummy bears, nice. Gummy bears. Okay, we're successfully completed the entire body. So, and then it's like, but wait, there's more. It should be back. It should be back now, right? Yeah, it's just a delay. I unplugged it and plugged it back in because it was, well, I was trying to fix it even though it didn't fix it. I don't know what I need now, I guess. Let's see, the top cover, okay. So in the box marked plexiglass, there is also sheet metal, but wait, there's more. So good job, you've done the entire body. And then it, you know. I guess it is plexiglass, to be fair. It looked like sheet metal on the instructions, but it's not. All right. Oh my gosh, let's see. Let me set this up here. M3 12RT, 10RT, 12RT. Okay, we need 3. Ooh, they only gave us 3. Those dirty dogs. Dirty dogs. What if I screw one up? Okay, we need 3 insert fasteners. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's at least three there. Okay. And we need 3 of the nylon lock nuts. Yeah, it's back. Thanks, dude. We're getting pretty close here, I would say. Pretty close. It looks like there's still a lot of junk, 'cause there's a lot of junk. But that doesn't mean we're not close. 3, 1, 2, 3. We even put all the extra junk on there, believe it or not. I'm wondering, if I still have to do the fan, I might skip the top piece. We'll see. And what is that? Vent block. Give me 1 second here. All right, so we back. All right, nylon nuts we don't need to worry about, but I do need this other weird piece. What is this? UPG vent block. Do I know what that is or where that is? Doesn't look familiar to me. I don't see it. Pretty much down to, there ain't much left here to complain about, I don't think. There's that. Looking for another little piece. I guess it's not as big as I'm looking for. Aha. Pretty much down. I think we got to do the plexiglass and the LCD. Yeah, I think you have to do, there's a notification, the bell, right? Maybe? Subscribe, you can like a video, you can save a video, you can subscribe to a channel, and then there's also alerts or notifications. I think they call them notifications. I can't remember what the correct terminology is for YouTube, but there's a bell that is separate. So liking or subscribing doesn't automatically, I don't think, enroll you in the bells. I think you have to it's an extra step. But what do I know? I'm a newbie here too, so. It says peel off all the things. It doesn't ring. Man. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a you problem or a me problem or both of us problem. I don't know if it's like there's a setting I need to do or something, or if it's something on your side. We're really not sure. These videos take a while to process when they're done, and then I'll at some point send them all to you so you can do Javier things. Casey and I were talking about him starting a Lego channel, my son, and he wants Javier, who's in the chat, to moderate his stream. He thinks you do a good job. I said, I could do it, or he's like, I think Javier should just do it. Just trying to peel off all this. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. There's definitely some cool stuff about it. I got a few grievances, but I haven't used an enclosed Prusa before. Not like a native one like this. And I would argue that the Prusa XL isn't, because it just has this like accordion half open enclosure. I mean, it works, but it does make a difference, absolutely, because it didn't print as well before. I have to yell at some kids here in a second. Darn kids. What's that? All right, hey, don't worry about it.
Because I hid from him.
All right, let's not.
I said, where are you?
Take it easy.
Yeah, then he said,
You guys. I'm telling each other. All right. Darn kids. All right. This is like. It's telling me to take all the plastic off, but I don't really know what it's even wanting me to. What part it's supposed to want me to take off here. So this is the top. And it goes to the front. The cover isn't symmetrical. If the holes don't align, flip it. What? That's crazy. Spoiler alert, the holes are not symmetrical. I mean, really? Why aren't they symmetrical? Though. They're not. Look at that. Wow. It says flip it. Weird. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm just going to set that on there. I'm actually going to elect not to. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going to put in 3 screws is what I'm going to do. Where do these go? Right there, that's weird. I'm just put in a couple screws, and then I'm not going to tighten it because I still got to sort out my fan issue. So I think our last part of this saga will be the, kind of final thoughts in a print, which I'll do not on this video, but after. Talks about it not being symmetrical, but I don't really see how to identify that it's otherwise, because it appears symmetrical. That's annoying. All right, we're just gonna guess for now. So this goes. Oh, it's a vent cover, I see. Really not sure. I need to look at more pictures here. This part of the instructions is not good. Not great, guys, not great. So that's on wrong. How they have you orient this isn't very clear on how it goes together. There's a vent cover opening lever, and it's not great. So this has to come up. Is it supposed to be in the center? I don't see. Huh. Trying to figure this out. So let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna Google real quick. Yeah, that's solid enough. We'll see if it works. Need to just see some images of what it's supposed to look like. Just trying to see how this vent system works here. So the tool head actually grabs it, which is interesting. Okay, looks like the left-hand side it sticks down. Finally, somebody printed one in orange. That stands out. Okay, so this has to go. Okay, so I think I had it. Well, who the hell knows? I think I was putting it on right, but. So there's this long piece. I know, the boxes are exciting. There's this piece that sticks up that's like crazy. So they're 3D printed parts. There's one on the, you know, extruder, carriage, whatever you want to call it. And it, the neck extruder rather. And it's just got this big like flagpole on it. And as it drives by it, it'll come by and it mechanically opens the vent, which is in the G code, I guess. That's what I was getting as I was skimming the interwebs, which is kind of crazy. So it's just literally mechanically programmed in there to like do a drive-by and like open the window, which is cool in a way, I guess, but I'm not quite sure. Like my instructions, again, my piece was different. So I think I had the wrong version. I had the wrong version of the instructions. Javi, I don't know if you caught on to that, but I had the wrong version because they came out with a new version. Because I have the, I have the most recent version, and so I had the original instructions is what I was using, which is why my pieces were slightly different in some of my challenges. So. All right, where you're at. So, all right.
Just like later when we're starting live.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the house. I'm gonna play some basketball.
Cool.
And then, yeah, just come and tell me when you're ready.
Sounds good. I'm looking for the multi-tool. But yeah, so anyway, there was some different parts that I had. And this is definitely one of them, this vent piece. This is interesting. It's funny how much of this Prusa build in general is like tolerance driven. Like you'll have like something has to be like tight but not too tight. Can't have any slack in it, but if it's too tight, you'll lose a range of motion. So a lot of it's like kind of this real sensitive adjustment. This one still needs some adjustment, I think. I'm usually pretty good about getting this stuff the first try. So what this has is a little lever, little mechanical lever that the extruder comes by and moves, which is crazy. You know, I guess come to think about it, I don't, the only one I have that has it on the bamboo side, well, at least a flip up door like this. It's funny how they have the same, they're using the same style of stuff, right? Bamboo and Prusa both have the same front flip up door, which I don't know that I like. Heat rises, so I get that it's on top and stuff, but it's also easy to set stuff on top and, you know, have it like not be in the way and like plug a vent or something. Or, but I'm not quite sure how the bamboo one actually opens now that I think about it. Might have to figure that out. So I don't know. For now, we're gonna put this back. But my gosh, I wonder if that's gonna hit those screws. Let's find out. I don't know about all that, to be honest. I don't know if I like that. Those screws seem too long, man. Yeah, I don't see how that's gonna not clip it, to be honest, but two side covers. Yeah, those are hair foil boxes for the product we make for salon stylists, like hairstylists. So most of the aluminum foil, decorative or plain, that comes, the hairstylists order for their salons to do like hair color and things like that, come in cardboard boxes, which, you know, usually have some sort of dispenser functionality, but most of the time it's just how they're folded together and they're just like a box of Kleenex. One kind of pulls the next out. The problem is after you get towards the bottom, it gets hard. You got to get your hand in there, and you got chemicals on your hands, and you're trying to do hair, and pretty soon you know your foil is kind of like Kleenex, bottom of the box of Kleenex. You can't get to them, so those dispensers help. You know, convey the product upwards, keep the foils coming as you pull them out. It advances up the stack. So, pretty cool. So we're printing some of those. I got some orders, and it's a final product, but we have a few, we're being picky, so we're trying to make a few tweaks to it as it rolls out the door. So hopefully we're getting pretty close. I got another one printing right now. And if it works, then we'll print the last ones. But yeah, they're gonna be pretty cool. We have some in some salons already. And our salons. Just popping in some nylon rivets here. Now you get to see the magic on this side. Got in the habit of reaching through the printer to grab stuff, and I can't now. It's got sides on it. Free sugar Red Bull. Yeah, I'm hoping, you know, Red Bull sends me a fridge. Maybe one of those neon lights, you know, maybe I don't know, maybe a jetpack. Not asking for much. right, let's see. This one goes up there. I don't know how I feel about the plexiglass. I think it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal. Makes it lighter weight, I suppose. And, you know, has a little more of a static cling to it, which, I don't know, probably isn't as fun to keep clean, I guess, but it's not scratch resistant as glass. I think most of the bamboo stuff's probably tempered, so probably not an issue as far as busting it unless you're a crazy person, but where does this go? Who knows? We'll figure it out, I'm sure. Okay. Got it. Already put them on. Confused. Is that where those are supposed to go? I mean, I guess. I don't know what it's. Yeah, I guess that's good. Got it. Okay, guess what? Cool. LCD screen time. It's good. Making progress on something here. LCD screen. Woohoo! Yeah, speaking of free Red Bull. I'm just going to assume we need all those parts. We'll go with that. And there's kind of a sneak peek where we're at. There's a front door to put on still too, I know. So we need this piece, which is called a LCD screen. Here's all the printed parts. Prusa, this is ABS, not a printed part. The back is a printed part. They're starting to cheat a little bit, that's all I'm trying to say. 38T. They're starting to cheat a little bit. And not use all printed parts. But they're putting them in the printed parts packages, I'll have you know. Man, we're doing good now. All right, so LCD screen, there's a little yellow, what is that called? Fasten connector. Fasten connector? Fasten connector. Just slow down and actually read. I don't see that. Don't know that I have seen that around, maybe. I'm gonna open this for fun. This is just a nozzle. Hardened nozzle. Okay. I guess, I don't know if I ordered that. I don't know. I must have ordered that separately or something. That's a good question. Does it come with a hardened nozzle? And if it doesn't, it should, Prusa. Shame on you. It is a big girl for sure. Looking for, I don't know what I'm looking for. An electronics package. Well, there's not an electronics package anymore. Unless, oh, is that a, oh, I just didn't recognize what it was. It's a little spade connector. Okay. Moving on. Okay, we want to take this piece. Oh, it's gonna make me put it on a box. Come on. Remove the protective foil from the LCD. No, it was my wife. I was trying to sort out the rest of the day's activities. So this front cover is not printed anymore. Cheaters. Cheaters. Just saying. Bunch of cheaters. Starting to make like molded ABS like a bunch of cheaters. Alright, and then the 3D cover on the back side is printed. Where does that go? Probably like that, I would bet. If I was a betting man, then what? I want screws in. What? Yeah, I'm excited to get this done, do a test print, get on to Form Labs. Need to make some shorts and stuff too. This is all on, right? What's the deal? Don't put one in there, it says. That was, I guess, the one I was trying to put in. Jeez, always my luck. Come on. Is there no threads down there or what? What's the deal? Let's go, let's go. These are actually threaded, so what's the problem? Did I like totally have the wrong screws? 3.8R SRT. I don't think I do. Sure isn't working though. Let's see, what's the deal? Or maybe they do cut in. Let's try a different one. Yeah, they just got to cut in, that's all. I thought it was threaded, but it was just the through hole of the PCB. What's up? Perfect, yeah. Now you're good.
That's my name, but they'll probably already know that.
Yeah, that's fine.
What the hell in California? They'll be searching the wrong state.
That's right. All right. Oh, wow. So this one, we're going to snake a ground contact under into the LCD. Wants me to use the needle nose, which I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I would love to get the Form Labs today, honestly. When we do that, I want to stream it, but I want to do it. I'm going to record it also, like on the like the log, you know. And then I'll try to do it in more of a cinematic format. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna do what I do anyway, but like, you know what I'm saying. I'll try to have it like a little more put together so that we can use the stream will just be raw, and then we can come back and make an actual video out of it. So that'll be the plan, I think. I'll stop and do some other shots and stuff, maybe, if we're lucky. Let's see what, yeah. So I'm just doing the final assembly here on the LCD. Gonna get this screw good and snug, hopefully. It's a grounding contact, so got everything kind of put together. Put the 3 screws in first, and then there's one that goes last. Okay, and then ooh, look, we got a knob for our adjustable part here. Get that pushed on. Nice clicking noise. Okay. Cool. And now there's another magnetic thing floating around here. This guy. And what do we want? 2 of the square nuts, which I think we still have. A couple of these guys, and some M3x6 screws, which are these guys rolling around here in the front. Got it. So we're going to put 2 of these screws in the bottom. Where do those go? Very ends. This is another keyed slot. But yeah, we're planning on Formlabs today. For sure. Got it. All right. That notch. What are you doing over there?
I am looking for a piece that fell off and I found missing. And it's not one of those pieces where, oh, it's like unnoticeable from there. The dumb thing is it's one of the giant rockets.
Where'd you lose it, here or upstairs?
Here. I was taking them off and I just fell. So I'm just kind of looking for it.
Just don't seem to want to get tight, which is whatever, I guess.
Not me.
I mean, they're tight, but you know. Well, what the heck? Gotta get tighter than that.
Oh, it's here.
Did I? Wondering if I screwed something up here. I think I did. I think I screwed it up. I did. There's no, can't screw it in if there's no threads. All right, so I was supposed to slide those square nuts in, and I didn't.
Then I'm in the house.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, I know what you mean.
because I left the other side of it.
Okay. Ah. There goes that nut. No, that's not true. I've been doing it all day. You just haven't been around. Left me all alone. That's all. And actually, the funny thing about that was I was looking at Casey. Casey was sitting in the chair behind there. I wasn't actually looking at the camera. Not that time. But I have been doing better about it. Because you're right, I was not doing a good job at that. Not at all. I am going to probably take your advice and just rearrange some stuff. But it's not super hard to remember to look either. How does that go in there? Oh man, just like that, I guess. Holy cow. Getting these nuts in here is like crazy. There we go. Now maybe it will actually, the threads will, or the screws will stay in now that I've, you know, put the nuts in there. Yeah, that feels much better. What do you know? Who would have ever have guessed? So I have like, yeah, that should be pretty good. A few minutes and then I have to jet, but I think I should be pretty good with that. I'm not texting and driving, don't worry. Not texting and driving. Holy cow. Might be dropping stuff though, we'll see. It's gonna be hard to blame on somebody else, isn't it? There we go. All right, so our LCD panel's done. It's magnetic, so shouldn't be any further installation required now that I get the screws in the right holes here. Yeah, got it. Yep. Yeah, looks good. Wait, what is that? Okay, yeah, got it. Plug it in, and then what is that? Hopefully. Let's see. There's supposed to be 2 cables sticking out of here. There's only one, which is a little bit of an issue. And there's, let's see. Guess we can still get our hands under here. Hold on. Try not to do anything too wild here. Where, oh where? There's the other wire. Might get some real entertainment here in a second if I drop this thing on my head. Have some real good entertainment. Be some cheap YouTube action. I am confused for sure. The cable that's supposed to be there is not there. I'm not sure why it's not there. Because it's over here. And now it's there. Yeah, all right. I don't think we screwed up. I thought we did there for a second. We were following the wrong instructions the whole time. All right. So, I don't know if I'll be able to do this from the side, but we'll try for fun, for giggles. Let's see. This goes which way? Red pin goes up. You know what? I'm gonna move it a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Oh my gosh. The magnets on this thing are crazy. So, make sure and get this aligned correctly. Comes out and it goes vertical. Okay, then we got to put our grounding clip spade thing on. And then I think it kind of slides up and then it's magnetic. Ta-da! Trust me, it looks way cooler from the top down, but all we have is these cheap, crappy Sony cameras that don't work, so sorry. All right, what's next? The door, probably. Done. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, seals. Seals for the door. Door seal set. All right, got about 5 minutes. We'll see how far we can get in 5 minutes. We're more or less done, but you know. All right. Looks like we have 3 different lengths. Assuming the top one is the short one. Try to just peel off the tape and not the whole adhesive again like we did before. And I'm going to go against the very top. Okay, pretty. Nail down the sides. Like putting on a Lego sticker. For me, I find doing the pulling long sections at a time is easiest to align. So what is that supposed to do? Okay, I guess it just says cut the extra off, it says. I mean, we'll do it our way. I want to just use needle nose pliers. Sounds like caveman stuff. Use our little razor blade that's dull instead. Might as well be a butter knife. All right. Here we go. Oh my gosh, that one's... How are we supposed to do that? So, we're going to be picky. Let's be picky. So this one needs to go overlap just a hair. That. Which means we'll have to cut more off of this one. I think if you pull it tight and do it in long runs, it works best. try not to cut my finger again. Okay. There's that one. And cool. Good enough. Come here and... Oh, come on. That's pretty bad when it won't cut that. You get a new razor blade. Yeah, it's coming along. All right. See if we can get to the last step here. More or less the last step. The rest all, I mean, we're done. So I'm gonna finish up off stream and then probably do a final thoughts video, just like 5 minutes, and you know, final thoughts, maybe first print kind of thing. Yep. Let's see what he's saying. There's Javi right there.
Okay.
He's asking if the studio is available yet. He's like, when's the studio available? Are you done yet? You are.
Oh.
You're in here harassing me.
Well, I mean, like, bro. Right now.
All right, let's see.
Wait, if you're live streaming, then how will people know how to build a 3D printer if they're not actually watching it today?
They are watching it. So it saves the video so they can go back and watch them. But that's a really good question. So yeah, it saves them and then I say what order they're in. Like this is part 9. Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, I can keep us. Wait, you know only... You ever use that tablet for... Whoops.
Yeah, here. Yeah, just leave this be for now, okay, bud?
Why do you never send me?
Well, I do, but I'm just trying to... I got to stand up and kind of work on this printer, so I'm trying to get it kind of buttoned up here. We're at the end.
So you're like, really fast.
Yeah, I just have a few minutes left, so... Enter the magnetic holder assembly. Let's see. Don't really understand. Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. And then there's a screw. I'll tell you later.
You know what stuff we did one time? They actually 3D printed a 3D printer out of donut.
No way.
They actually did it. They took like a 3D printer and they printed out all the parts. Except for like the parts that you can't 3D print. Like they make the whole shell and like the thing that goes out the donut. They did all that without a 3D print. Or like, donut. Yeah, that.
So these are the door magnets. We got the kind of the foam sealer put in. And oh, you know what I did wrong? This is not supposed to be there. This is supposed to be on the right-hand side above it. Sometimes I think I know what I'm doing and I don't. Well, the magnet's on the same side to catch the door lip, which most people are right-handed, so it's going to be left-hand hinge, left-hand pivot anyway. So that makes sense that the latch is on this side. Getting there. I have the door left, which is what I'm getting ready to do right now. M3 5RT. M3.
Daddy, remember you always have opposite.
M3. I know. It messes me up sometimes. For sure. Couple of screws. Make sure they're the right ones. And those parts, and then we need hinge pins. Here they are. Javi says, "What's up, buddy?"
Tell him I said hi. Or hi.
He can probably hear you, but he says hi.
Ask Holly if he can hear us.
He can hear you, but I can see the volume.
Having a struggle for it later. I will fix it near
You have to ask Austin. I can't remember all the skeletons names.
Yeah, wasn't there Gary? I'll just put it next to Gary's house now. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna see if the back crib's up there. Because I didn't see it. I thought it was.
All right. I'm putting in the hinges. Got about 4 minutes, and I got to bounce. So get as far as I can in 4 minutes. Okay, done. And these just go on with the hinge pin. Okay. And okay, why don't you go? Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom said we have like 10 more minutes. If you want to leave early, but
Okay.
we have a minute. Oh, we have enough time for you to read your printers?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure about that.
So I have like 7 minutes. What are you doing?
It will be over in this general area here. No, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I might have to just finish these when I get back because it'll take a little moving around, I think. Let me see. Yes. Coming along, dude.
Just so you know, after you do that with Lego the whole time, and that's why I need so much help half the time because then you can put the screws in like a thing.
Close. What? Yeah, they're all a little different. But yeah, but yes. Oh, that one, of course, goes right in. You know. This one, I just need to get in the final hole. Yeah, buddy.
Just saying. I don't know why
Yeah, it does. There we go. Yep. Okay. Yes, he will. He wants his own channel now. So,
Well, who knows? I could be the next. I could have 1 billion subscribers, and then have no, have one there and no.
okay, all you gotta worry.
What?
Hang on, listen. Talk nice. All you gotta do is worry about what you want to do and have fun.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Got a few screws left here. Let's see. What are we doing? We need 4 5 RT and a spare. Okay. Peel the plastic. Hey, go make sure your brother's ready.
Here.
I know, but just tell him. Hey, go. Just go. Pretty close. I'm gonna have to do a few things off stream, but that should be pretty good. Okay. What's it talking about? Okay. All right, and then these go from the outside in. Got it. Maybe. There we go.
Casey, what's up, buddy? Lego time. Will Casey have his own YouTube channel? Yes.
Okay, we're putting the 4 screws in the door, and we're gonna end the stream. So we got some ports. Yeah, the part 10 is gonna be just final thoughts. Like, I'm gonna get it all set up and calibrated, and
Just like review it or something?
yeah, basically kind of a quick review. So, all right, that's it for today.